breaking news coming in from West Bengal. We're getting news that Partha Chatterjee has in fact been arrested. TMC minister. Raids were being conducted at his residence after his aide was found in possession of 20 crores in cash, 20 mobile phones, many documents, gold and silver that was unaccounted for. And these are the details that are just coming in. In fact, he had also said that he was feeling unwell. 2 doctors had reached his residence when his statement was being recorded. Partha Chatterjee said he wasn't feeling well, so doctors were summoned. But now we're learning that he has been arrested. ED has been conducting raids at his residence, at that of his aide, for over 24 hours now, and that has resulted in an arrest. All right, the TMC has distanced itself from this scam. This is the SSC scam that is being investigated by the ED. Over 20 crores have been seized so far. Also, Mamata Banerjee had praised Arpita Mukherjee, who is a close aide of Partha Chatterjee, from whose house this money was recovered. And we found out that on an open platform, Mamata Banerjee had praised Partha Chatterjee's close aide. So that is very telling as well. But Didi now and TMC distancing themselves from these raids, saying that those who have been raided have to answer for themselves. Now we're joined by my colleague Ashish with more details. He tracks the ED. In fact, Ashish, what are you hearing from your sources at the ED?
So, a big setback for the Trinamool Congress, because the kind of money that has been found during the searches by the Enforcement Directorate, it will be very difficult for Mamata Banerjee to answer from where this money was generated. Now, what has been found till now is that during the investigation, during the searches, they basically raided a person called Arpita. Now, Arpita Mukherjee basically is a very close aide. That is what my sources in the Enforcement Directorate have confirmed to me, that Arpita Mukherjee is a very, very close aide of Partha. And, interestingly, if you see the visuals that have been shared by our sources in the Enforcement Directorate, it shows that money was basically kept in packets which actually belong to the West Bengal government. The minister in charge of the education department, that is where, the money was kept. So this is something which is really, really flabbergasting, or you can say surprising, that, the money was kept in packets which belong to the government of West Bengal. It has got a stamp of the government of West Bengal as well. So certainly this is a big, big setback. More than 20 crore. In fact, the amount could touch 21 crore rupees. That is what my sources in the Enforcement Directorate tell me, that yesterday they had a tough time. They had a really tough time in counting the machine, counting the notes. Reason being that, it was more than 20 crores and they had only 2 machines to count. Overnight counting happened. Overnight statement of both Partha and Arpita happened. And after, they found that they were evasive during questioning, they had no other option but to arrest Partha Chatterjee. What we are hearing is that there is a big chance that Arpita might also be arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. That we can confirm maybe in another 5-10 minutes.
All right, stay with us, Ashish. We also have our colleague Kamalika Sengupta joining us with more on this. Kamalika, huge embarrassment for the TMC, their minister there being arrested. He had said he was not feeling well. He was being evasive during his testimony, which is why he was arrested. And now we're hearing that Arpita could also be arrested. Take us through the recoveries. Also, very shocking that the money was found in packets of the West Bengal government with an actual stamp on it. What are your sources telling you about these shocking revelations?
See, one thing is very clear, that the Trinamool Congress since yesterday has totally shrugged off their responsibility with this entire case. What they have said that the money has been recovered from somebody's residence, or people who are involved, whose names are coming up, who have been questioned. Their lawyers has to answer into all these queries. Now, this is one big thing, that whatever happens to Partha Chatterjee, the party is not going to stand by him. General Secretary Kunal Ghosh yesterday has said this is those people will answer, those who have from whose house this money has been recovered, and those who are related to this, whose names are coming. So clearly that party is shrugging off their responsibility, their connection with the entire case, and also with Partha Chatterjee. Second, obviously, although they have shrugged off their responsibility, but Partha Chatterjee getting arrested is obviously a very big blow for Trinamool Congress, because Partha Chatterjee is a very prominent minister in Trinamool Congress government, and not only that, he is the party Secretary General. So obviously a very big blow in that aspect too. Now, so yesterday, it's almost 26 hours he was questioned. Yesterday, the ED officials went in both the places, almost more than 30, 20 places they went. From the morning, Partha Chatterjee was questioned, and then this Arpita Mukherjee's name came up. Her house, ED officials went to their house, and then this huge money recovered. The fact that this huge money has been recovered is the source of ED to go through the arrest procedure, because after the money was recovered, Arpita Mukherjee was interrogated that from where she has got so much of money, and obviously it's not possible to actually give an answer, to a legal answer to this huge money which has been recovered from her residence. So whatever she has said, the ED officials has recorded her statement, and another senior officials late at night we saw he came to Partha Chatterjee's residence. He started questioning, and all through the night the questioning was done. And after that, as Ashish, our colleague, has pointed out, as information has come to him, that the arrest has taken place, because this money which has been recovered, there has been no clear source. Both Arpita Mukherjee and Partha Chatterjee could not say that from where this money has come. Now, how they linked this Arpita Mukherjee's residence recovery money with Partha Chatterjee is what we are getting it from the sources, that the packets which has been recovered from this Arpita Mukherjee's house, those packets had some emblem of the government of West Bengal. So that's also we are getting it from the sources. So they have first recovered the money, then they tried to connect that how this money is related to Partha Chatterjee, and when they got the link, they took in the final decision of, as Ashish pointed out, as Ashish has the information, that he is arrested. So definitely a big blow for the Trinamool government. On the other hand, BJP has taken up the issue. Today, entire Bengal, they are going to, BYGM is going to do protest, and they are saying it's tip of iceberg. And interestingly, not only Trinamool Congress, but the left and Congress is also pointing out that this is, this has happened. This is a big scam. This is a big recruitment education scam. And there are lots of thousands of teachers who have appeared for the exam, and finally they did not go. But some people get the job, but some people have got the job who are not even eligible, and who has got the job in lieu of money because they have connection. So obviously a very big development from Bengal today.
Well, yes, indeed, Kamalika, that the court had directed the CBI to investigate, and then the ED also stepped in. Let's go across to Ashish Maharishi with more details on this. Ashish, there are multiple raids being conducted in a connection to the SSC scam case in West Bengal currently. Can you take us through them and the recoveries made so far?
14 locations that were raided. So the scam is basically that there is a bribe for a job. So you need to pay bribe if you want to get a job as a teacher, or if you want to get basically a grade C or grade D appointment in the education department, then you have to pay bribe. That is what the scam is basically. 14 locations were raided. Till now, almost 21 crore rupees in cash has been found. And still, my sources reveal that there is a chance that more cash could be found as the raids still continue. Apart from that, there is gold, there is diamond. 22 mobile phones have been found in possession of Arpita Mukherjee. Now, what leaves me with surprise of what would a person do with 21 mobile phones? These phones are partially damaged as well. If you see the pictures of those phones are partially damaged as well. Why they were damaged,